Hey there, welcome. I'm Damien and I'm just another starving artist on the internet. So this is the fifth entry of my character design journal and the first video for this new character that I called Siguror. Siguror, just as the previous character, Brynhilda, is loosely based on a character from the Norse and Germanic legend, the Volsunga saga. Most people will be more familiar with the name Siegfried, or even Sigurd. So Siguror is simply a more archaic version of that name. For more information on Siegfried, so there's a link in the Wikipedia in the description below, so you don't have to look for it. You're welcome. Now, about his design, one of his main inspirations was Carl from the Pixar movie Up. I took the whole idea of having two characters with a strongly contrasting shape design. So Carl and all of his things are made of squares, and his wives are circles. So because Brynhilda and Siguror are based on the same legend, they will have a very closely connected backstory, and I wanted to give them contrasting designs in a similar way. Brynhilda has a lot of triangular and sharp buttons in her design. Her figure is also very slim and tall, and her hair and clothes use a very cool color palette. So when we compare that to how I designed Siguror, his shoulders and head are quite square, but the square buttons are not as sharp. So you could say he's a bit blunt compared to Brynhilda. That's something that will also reflect in the way he fights, by just brute forcing his way through everything. Also, as he gets older, he will gain more round shapes, mainly his beard and head, because he loses his hair, become a lot rounder. He's also considerably much shorter than Brynhilda, and he will in fact be shorter than most characters I will design in this journal, probably. His complexion is very strongly built and wide, and his younger version was nothing in the top part of his body. Originally, this was purely an aesthetic choice, but I decided to make it part of his backstory. This way, I made him be a very egocentric character that likes to brag about never getting injured, thanks to his fighting abilities and prowess. Right, so the scar in his face, when he gets older, is the first injury he got in his life, and was given to him by Brynhilda when they first met. I was clearly going for a very Viking design, as you can see. Not necessarily historically accurate, but it still looks cool. So I also did a side profile of him because I wanted to give him a kind of a Ragnar style haircut. Not exactly, but it still looks cool. And that's just for me to remember to do that hairstyle when I make his 3D model. A massive axe, because Vikings. And I also felt that his torso was quite empty, so I drew a necklace with a ring. There isn't really any backstory to the necklace or the ring. It's just a reference to the ring of the Nibelungs that you can find in the Volsunga saga. Regarding the color palette, I used only warm colors for everything. However, as I was doing it, it didn't feel quite balanced, and I remembered that even though Brynhilda only has cool colors, she also has those golden bits all over her armor that make her design look a lot more balanced, because yellow is a warm color. But Siguror wasn't wearing anything I could put colors in, so I decided to go for tattoos. He's going to have loads of blue Viking tattoos, and that's how this first draft came out. So if you like what I do, give it a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm always open to suggestions and constructive criticism, so let me know what you think in the comments, as well as any questions you may have. If you want to see me designing characters live, check out my Twitch. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and all that. I'm leaving all links in the description. But most importantly, keep drawing, keep creating. See you next time. Hey there, welcome again. So, as I was editing this video, I realized something, and it's that this video is really short when you compare it to any of Brynhilda's, and there are reasons for that. Besides something as obvious as that designing a shirtless man is a lot easier than designing a very detailed armor, I also applied a lot of the techniques I came up with while designing Brynhilda to Siguror. For example, using shapes for laying out different parts of the character, something that I only did with Brynhilda halfway through the process, so I had to adapt whatever I had to this new workflow while I started up doing that straight up with Siguror. That is mostly why it's only taken me about 6 minutes to explain what I took over half an hour with Brynhilda. So I just thought it was important to mention it from a character design point of view. So there you go.